There have been so many questions since Monday afternoon when Officer Gordon Beasley and two others were killed in a shootout in Olde Town, Arvada. But in the last 10 minutes, Arvada police have let out their most detailed description of what did take place on Monday. Kyle Clark's been looking at that. He joins us now. Kyle?
Tom, Arvada police are now confirming publicly what we told you sources were saying earlier this week, that it was Arvada police who shot and killed the Good Samaritan, Johnny Hurley, who intervened to save lives when a gunman was shooting in Olde Town, Arvada on Monday. Arvada police have offered their most detailed timeline yet of what happened that also offers a bit of an explanation as to how it could have happened that a Good Samaritan was killed by another responding officer. Here is the outline that they have provided. They said that they got a phone call from the suspect, Ronald Troike's brother, warning that his brother was going to, quote, do something crazy. Shortly after that, within the half an hour, there was a disturbance call in Olde Town, Arvada. That is what Officer Gordon Beasley responded to. Arvada police say and have released security video that appears to show the ambush of Officer Beasley. Our team is reviewing that video now. It shows the moments leading up to the point that Officer Beasley is murdered in Olde Town. According to what Arvada police are saying, he was ambushed and was unable to take any defensive action, did not even go for his service weapon. He simply wheeled around when he was yelled at by the suspect, who shot him with a 12-gauge semi-auto, according to Arvada police. They then say, and this is particularly important because it goes to whether or not there is going to be a continuing threat to others in the area of Olde Town other than the ambushed officer. Arvada police are saying for the first time that after shooting Officer Beasley, the suspect, Troike, then shot out windows of patrol cars and shot into the air, went back to his truck and got a second rifle, an AR-15. Then the suspect goes into Olde Town Square. That's that area by the library where the second instance happened of shots fired. Because you've got Johnny Hurley, who witnesses say came running out of the Army-Navy surplus store where he was shopping with his handgun. We presume concealed carry. We don't know for sure if he had concealed carry, but he certainly had a concealed weapon. And then he shot the gunman, Troike. That's what we suspected, that based on the timeline of events, but Arvada police are now saying, yes, indeed, the Good Samaritan, Johnny Hurley, was the one who shot the gunman, Ronald Troike. Here is what Arvada police say happened next. They have not released any video of this. This is simply what they're telling the public. They say that another responding Arvada police officer saw the Good Samaritan, Hurley, who had picked up the AR-15 belonging to the gunman, and the Arvada police officer shot and killed the Good Samaritan, Johnny Hurley. Not in this account from Arvada police is anything about whether there was a command to drop that weapon or any kind of exchange between the Good Samaritan, Hurley, and the other responding officer, or how that played out. But that, Tom, is what we have in terms of a sequence of events of that second responding officer, where when that second responding officer arrives, you have the Good Samaritan, presumably with his handgun, and the gunman's AR-15. He is then shot and killed. Arvada police said today in a statement that's a little bit more fulsome than what they've offered at other times, that Arvada PD views Mr. Hurley's actions as heroic. It's clear he intervened in an active shooting that unfolded quickly at a busy commercial area in the middle of the day, and they did so without hesitation. Mr. Hurley's actions certainly saved others from serious injury or death. And they say, finally, it's clear the suspect bears responsibility for this tragic sequence of events. That is not up to Arvada PD. That is going to be up to the shoot team that is investigating the actions of their officer who shot and killed the Good Samaritan.
Well, Kyle, there's no doubt that there was chaos and apparently mistaken identity as well. That is all being pieced together. We'll have much more on this coming up at 5 o'clock. Thanks for the update.